So what's your role here, Lee? What kind of things do you do at the brewery?
Basically, I'm a trainee, so I'm trained to brew and learn the different kinds of ale and lagers and basically.
Yeah. There's everything in the brewery.
Everything in the brewery, yeah.
Literally everything.
Now, so all the guys that do work for you here at Tap Social Movement, are they trained in like all aspects of operating a brewery, just the brewing, or do we get into the business aspect of it also?
It depends what people are interested in doing, really. We have some people that are a bit more interested in the business startup side of it, and so they've gone on to work alongside me or some of the other people, mostly over at Botley. Colin, for example, is one of the first trainees we had out to work with us, and he was interested in kind of the back of house and how to set up a small business, because he's gone on to do that as well. And so it really depends. Whatever people are interested in doing, we have placements for everyone, but given the nature of it being a small business, and I think with most small businesses, everyone ends up chucking in with everything. So Lee and Olsie are mostly in the brewery, but they end up doing literally everything.
So while Lee's checking on that, can you explain to us, and I may ask you some questions more than once, because we'll do, how would someone like Lee actually enter into the program here?
So the guys are serving at Spring Hill, which is an open prison over about 20 miles away from here.
And for an American audience, what's the connotation of an open prison?
So it's a Category D prison. So essentially, most of the people there will be in the last couple years of their sentences, and it's a resettlement prison essentially. So the point of it is to get guys out on day release programs, also on release to go home and see family on weekends and for certain days of the week. And it's about kind of getting people ready to go back out after their sentence and building up skills, CVs, making some money, getting back into family ties and whatnot, so that upon release it's not a total shock to the system after a couple years.
Step back into it. So we're discussing how someone like you gets involved in the program. So what was your reaction, or how did you first become aware of Tap Social Movement?
The prison, obviously, you do like a community service, like community work at the beginning. So basically, they put you forward to either charity shops, landscaping, just usual sort of jobs, and they said about Tap Social. So I turned up there, was it last June?
Yeah,
I turned up about last June, and obviously I like working there, and they like me, so from that I've got a training placement within a month or so? Yeah, about a month.
Yeah.
So when you got placed here, what did you say? I really want to learn how to brew the beer and do that kind of thing?
At first it was in Botley, weren't we? Sort of learning how to do things, and then they asked me about the brewing side of it, and I said, I'll take it on, another go. And you know what, I quite enjoyed it. So.
Very, very good.
Yeah, it's good.
So how many, at any given time, how many guys like Lee would you have working for you here?
At the moment we're at the lowest we've had in a while in terms of actually coming out from the prison. So we've got Lee and Olsie. For a while we had 10 people at the same time. It really fluctuates depending on people's sentences and obviously when they come to an end and what they go on to do. We've got a few guys that came through the program and now work with us post-release, which is pretty awesome. And a few people that have been referred to us through different organizations. So some charities that work with people that struggle to find work, whether it's ex-offending background or various different histories. And so we get almost like recruitment from them. And so we've got a couple of people on that as well.
So now for Lee, how long will his program last?
Well, is that soon?
I'm out next month, so.
Yeah, exciting times for Lee. We're just sad, but he's heading back up to where his family is based. So
when you go back there, will you look for employment with a brewery?
I'll try, but obviously it's just finding somewhere that's sort of the same setup as this, like craft lager. But there's a couple of breweries up there that I'm obviously going to put my CV in and find that.
Well, we've just done a week tour of small breweries in Ireland, so if you'd like some leads, I'd be happy to give them to you. So what do you like best about working here at the brewery?
The knowledge of it, working with obviously Jason, Tess and that, good people, so yeah, just learning, you're learning, it's a new skill, so I quite enjoy it. So.
Hey, we're here at Tap Social Movement here at their brewery in Kennington, in Oxford, England, here with Olsie.
That's right.
Yeah, so Olsie, how did you first become involved with Tap Social?
Well, I was serving my prison sentence at HMP Spring Hill, which is about 45 minutes to an hour drive from here. It's a resettlement prison. We call it also open prison. This is where most guys spend their last period of their prison sentence. Usually you can come there in the last 2 years, but also less than that. The idea is that this is the chances are given to us to find employment, to start engage again with the community, starting re-establishing, strengthening family links, and so on. The conditions are open. There is no fence around it. There are just rules that you need to follow, and based on your behavior, you are allowed or not to go into community work and then employment. Tap Social movement was one of these companies we had established very recently. At that time, contact with Spring Hill, with a prison, and I heard about that through a little agency office that is working inside the prison, or was working at that time. I heard about Tap Social being set up for this purpose, for helping offenders and ex-offenders gain employment, and I put up my name for it. And because at that time that we're recruiting, it was about 6 or 7 of us that got chosen, and it was the right period of time in terms of my things, the procedures that I needed to accomplish within the prison itself. So I would say it was luck, or providence, or God's will to actually come and work with Tap Social.
So how long have you been working at Tap Social now?
It's been now almost a year, since last year in June.
Right. So what kinds of things have you learned here?
Oh, many things. I had no idea about working in a brewery, what it would entail, or anything like that. So I started working, helping out Jason in the brewery, and very quickly I understood that making beer is actually a very complicated process. Beer is the most humble of all drinks, I would say. People put too much emphasis on wine, but go and make beer and you know why that is actually, it's very complicated. Many things can go wrong, and it's actually quite a skill to make good beer. And Jason,
so you've gotten some science education here, fermentation and all that?
Very much so. I was amazed at how much science is involved. Fermentation processes, the temperature controls, the ratio between malt and water, the temperature of water, of course, the timings, when you put the hops in, the different types of hops, different type of malt, different type of yeast, all these different combinations that you can make different types of beer as well. And it's just very, very interesting.
So have you had training in other things besides brewing, such as the business aspects of running a business like this?
Well, you pick up those things actually, because the way Tap Social is managed is because it's a social enterprise. It's, in one sense, it's actually quite a relaxed environment. We pick up things as they go along. We don't do only brewing. We do stock management. We deal, for example, with with bottling, with packaging, kegging the beer. So if you ever think about opening a business like that, it's not about making beer. It's actually a lot more processes that go along with it.
So you feel like you're getting a pretty broad-based training in how to operate a business?
Yes, very much so. I tried to set up little businesses before I came to prison, and little did I know that there was so much involved. So I feel much more accomplished now.
So you feel better prepared to leave here and start a
Very
business
much.
in the future?
That's right, yes.
So have you finished your sentence yet, or are you still working at it?
I've got another 3 months till the end. So I'm very close by. I'm also a local, so I will continue working with Tap Social after my release.
Very good.
And I've told them I will be involved one way or another, even if I find different employment in the future. You never know what the future may bring, but I like to be involved in one way. I like to contribute as well.
So no matter what happens, you're going to help support the mission.
That's right, yes.
If you could say one thing to anybody out there about Tap Social and what they're doing here, what would you say?
Fantastic.